mom and dad drinking.
Jen motherfucking Jen, president, Jen motherfucking Jen, president, Jen motherfucking Jen, president, Jen motherfucking Jen, president.
Hello, Poppets. How's everybody doing today? Good, I hope. That was awkward. Never mind. Please follow me on Twitter at Jen to the Den, and I'm also going to list all my other social media down below, so please find me there. I've been doing a lot of YouNow broadcasts, so please come join me on that app. Apps out the ass. That's how 2017 rolls. So guys, I've been working on my tan this summer. I decided that I was not going to have a depressing summer. I really hate summer. I hate the heat. But I have been going to the pool every opportunity I get, which is why I got a little bit of a tan going on, and I'm not wearing makeup. It's too hot in the summertime for all that stuff. So ladies, don't punish yourself with putting all that shit on your face. Go out and rock your natural skin and look beautiful like me. I'm feeling real silly today because I'm back to my list of funny summer stories. I did a video recently about funny summer stories and got a lot of comments asking me to tell more stories because I still have this list. So let's jump right into it, shall we? It's funny how I write things down and then I'm like, I don't know what that means. Slide down car. That's about my mom. You know the lady I'm talking about, the one that asked me if I wanted some leftover KY because she and my dad had tried it and it burnt her vagina and his penis and they didn't want it anymore, and so they asked me, did I want it? No, I didn't want it. So then she took it back to Walmart. If you haven't heard that story, the video is in the description below. I will leave that link for you. Slide down car. My mom and dad used to like to drink. They used to like to go out. They used to party like people do. Okay, so my mom and dad used to like to drink. I know for a fact my mom does not drink anymore, but there was one summer that we were at family reunion. We go to family reunion in upstate New York every summer in July. And we were all sitting around at night and we were drinking, which is what we tend to do when we go because basically we're camping. There's tents, we have RVs and all that stuff. We're in the middle of the mountains in New York, Amish country. As the night goes on, people just get more and more drunk, which is fine. So my mom, she gets fairly drunk. And we all decide, hey, we're gonna go lay down. It's time to cut out the noise and let's just all like lay down so we're ready to get up tomorrow morning and have a wonderful day of camping and spending time with our family. So my sister and her stepdaughter, they go into their tent. And so the people that are sitting at the table outside of the tent is me, my ex-husband, and my sister's husband, Eric. My mom stands up. She decides, I can't even like I'm already laughing. Okay, I'm gonna try to tell this story. My mom stands up and she starts walking toward her RV that she sleeps in. And when she stands up, Jesus. When she stands up, I guess she didn't realize how much she had drank, but she somehow tripped and like landed up beside my sister and her husband's car. And it was like, boom. And then, as if that wasn't bad enough, she starts sliding down the car. But as she's sliding down the car, she's going, so you gotta imagine that noise. She's sliding down the car with her face. Like her face is just skidding down the side of the car. She's going, help me, Eric. Eric, help me, Lord Jesus. Help me, Eric. Jesus, help me, Lord. Oh, never get that. Help me, Jesus, help me, Lord. Help me, Eric. My sister and her stepdaughter are just laying in the tent like two little heads. Two heads just kind of hovering in the corner and just watching my mom just helplessly skidding down this car. Oh my God, that one kills me every time. Think about it. Okay, Jen, get yourself together. Oh, you got a video, you gotta finish video and you gotta finish. Okay, well that's the sliding down the car story. Now, there was this cruise that we went on. I mentioned it in the last video. And every day when we would go on this cruise, there was a guy out there that would hang out at the pool. And he hung out at the same spot. Like, there's like a hot tub and then there's the pool. He would hang out in like a little strip of tile right there between the two. And he always wore the same outfit. And here it is. Every every day this man would come out in this Speedo and those Crocs, and then the band would play music and this man would just dance, and he would drink hot tea. It was fucking 400 degrees. It was hotter than Satan's ball sack in a marathon wearing a Speedo. Was fucking hot, dude. And he would drink hot tea every day, hanging out there at the pool just by himself, just kind of like dancing around. The characters that you meet on cruise ships, that they will keep you entertained. Let me tell you about another character I met on a cruise ship. The same cruise that me and my ex-husband went on that took us on that snorkeling excursion. Well, there was a lot of people on that cruise from South Carolina, and we picked the worst week to go on a cruise because we picked spring break. And we chose to take a cruise that sailed out of Charleston, so it was spring break, all right. That boat was fucking mayhem. Worst week you could ever go on a cruise. I mean, you could hardly get a drink at the bars because these kids were just like, I mean, they were everywhere, and they were just like, when you went up to the pool in the middle of the day, it was, I don't know how people didn't die. Okay, I saw one girl, she had so many umbrellas from drinks in her hair, like you could literally not even see her head. It was crazy. People were trying to jump off the top deck into the pool, and you know, these people that run these cruise ships aren't equipped to deal with this shit. We were getting fed up. Like we had just like had enough, because we paid good money to go on this trip, and we could hardly get a drink. The pool was crowded every day. It was just mayhem. And you know, like when you go on vacations, especially if you go on a cruise or you go to a resort, you tend to meet people and then y'all kind of hang out the rest of the time. So we met this school teacher. She was a professor and she worked at Clemson. But during our excursion, we were talking about like how these kids were just getting on our nerves. Like one day our cruise couldn't even leave our port on time to get to the next port the next day because some of the kids, the college kids that were supposed to be on our ship, they just didn't come back to the ship when they were supposed to. It was like 2 kids that kept the entire cruise ship from being on schedule. And we were talking about that on the excursion. We were just like, you know, I mean, I understand they're kids and all, but like, could they try to act responsibly? You know, they're ruining the cruise for the adults who like paid money to come here. On that excursion, as I talked about before, it was a snorkeling excursion on a little boat that was run by Mexicans who fed you so much alcohol that I don't know how we didn't all die. After that excursion, we get back to the ship. We get back up, we go back up to the pool, and this school teacher who teaches at Clemson, she decides she wants to get in the pool. And we had this whole discussion about, you know, none of us had gotten in the pool or the hot tub because these kids never got out of the pool or the hot tub, and we knew for a fact that they were pissing in the pool. The people that ran the cruise ship were probably worried about that because they were putting so much chlorine and chemicals in the pool, especially the hot tub. It was bleaching people's bathing suits. This one college girl, she got in the hot tub. When she got in the hot tub, she had on a white bathing suit that had anchors on it. Colored anchors, all different colors, you know, anchors like on a ship. It had anchors on it. When she got out of the hot tub, that hot tub had bleached her bathing suit to where it was just a white bathing suit. So that, you know, we were like, we're not getting in any of this water because we know these kids are just pissing in this water. But this school teacher, she got so drunk and she went up to the people who were playing in the band. And late in the afternoon on cruise ships, you get on there and they have like a calypso band or a reggae band or whatever playing. And the teacher, she walks right up to the guy with the microphone and she goes, "Can I use the microphone for a minute?" And he's like, "Sure," and hands her the microphone. That was a mistake. He shouldn't have done that. She takes the microphone and she's standing in front of the pool and she's like, "What's up, Clemson?" And everybody is like, "Woo! What's up? Woo!" And I'm like, this is getting ready to be bad. And she goes, "My name is," whatever her name was, "and I'm a professor at Clemson. Woo! Clemson! And I know for a fact you motherfuckers are on spring break and so am I. And I paid for this cruise, and I know you motherfuckers been pissing in the pool." At this point, everybody on top of the cruise ship has like stopped. Like everybody's like dancing and drinking, and when she said that, everybody's like, you could hear a pin drop. The people in the band were standing behind her like, she goes, "I know for a fact you motherfuckers been pissing in the pool. Guess what? I'm getting ready to jump in and I'm gonna piss in the pool." Boom, mic drop. I have never seen so many people people scramble to get out of a pool in my entire life. I'm sure she never lived that down, because I'm sure that when the kids got back to school, they sought her out. I was a college professor for a while, and thank God I never did anything like that. Speaking of cruises and speaking of reggae music, that cruise that we went on with all the people that I talked about, the night before we left for the cruise, we all had traveled to Charleston, South Carolina, so that we didn't have to drive the morning of getting on the cruise ship. And we were all staying in the same hotel. It was me, my ex-husband, my sister, her husband, my cousin Kenny, and then my friends Reggie and Greg. We were all hanging out the night before we went to get on the cruise ship. My sister got shit-faced. I kind of held my own and was like, I'm not gonna drink too much tonight because I don't want to have a hangover the first day of the cruise. Well, that didn't work. My sister, she got shit faced. Okay, we need to establish that she got shit faced. My friend Reggie, I do not know why he kept yelling this phrase that a lot of Rastafarians use. I'm probably gonna get this wrong. Please do not leave me comments about how I fucked this up or I oppressed or offended anybody if I said anything wrong. But it's a Rastafarian term as far as I know. And it is Jah bless. J-A-H-B-L-E-S-S. Let me look that up and see what it means so I can tell you. Jah from Jehovah or Yahweh is the supreme being of Rastafarianism. Jah bless is the equivalent of God bless you. We're getting ready to get on the cruise ship, and he was like, I know there's like a lot of different ethnicities on the cruise ship, and we're gonna hear a lot of good reggae music. And so as the night went on, he kept going, Jah bless, Jah bless. He had been doing that all night, but it was me and my husband and Reggie and Greg had been hanging out separately. So by the time we got back to the room, you know how you'll be hanging out and somebody will say something and then you just keep saying it all night? So we get back to the room and my sister's like acting crazy. She's drunk and all. And Reggie goes, Jah bless. And my sister's like, I'm not Jah bless. Me and my sister, I guess, are really sensitive about people saying we don't have jobs. I don't know. She's like, I'm not jobless. And Reggie's like, that's not what I meant. That's totally not. Like, not at all. That night, I had to share a hotel room with me, my ex-husband, my sister and her husband, and my cousin Kenny. Kenny was sleeping on an air mattress on the floor at the foot of the bed. Like I said, my sister got so fucking drunk, it was not even funny. And the hotel had a weird bathroom that was right by my side of the bed, and it was one of those sliding doors. So all night long, Kenny was snoring. Kenny snores in about 15 different languages. He's snoring, and my sister is in that bathroom with the sliding door puking all night long. And I'm laying there and I'm just like, I kept waking up and like hitting Kenny with the pillow and just banging on the door and telling her like, you need to like go find a public restroom. There's gotta be a public restroom in this hotel. So can you please go puke in one of them because I'm trying to sleep. Very supportive sister. I'm very supportive. Speaking of puking, this will be the last story in this video. When my ex-husband and I got married, we were working in an operating room in North Carolina, and we worked with some really nice people. It was right before we got married, and he and I went to Las Vegas. We eloped to Las Vegas. So our friends at the operating room that we were working at, they had a party for us. And it was just a drunken shit show. But the party was in North Carolina, which I live about 30 minutes away from. But since we did so much drinking that night, we did not drive. And we ended up staying with our friend Nancy, who worked in the operating room. I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody else, but have you ever gone out and you've been drinking a lot and you wake up in that place and you literally don't know where you are? I woke up in the middle of the night and I felt like I had to throw up. Like I knew that I had to throw up. And I didn't remember where I was. And so I sat up in the bed. I was just so out of it that I was like, I don't know where I am. I don't know how to find the door. I don't know how to get to the bathroom. And so I stood up and it was dark in there and I'm like feeling along the walls for the door or a window or anything. And it just, the urge to puke got so strong that it just, you know how it just starts coming out, and the only thing I knew to do was to hold my shirt up, and I puked all over my shirt. Actually, like in a big bucket that I made out of my shirt. Like, so by the time I puked, and that kind of sobered me up a little bit, I realized I was at Nancy's house. And then I just happened to look over. Once my eyes adjusted to the darkness in the room, I could start to see more. And I see this figure at the foot of the bed, facing away from me, and there's a bookshelf. It was my ex-husband. Little thing about my ex-husband, I'm not belittling him or trying to hurt him by bringing this up. I've talked about this a lot. Anybody who knows us knows that my ex-husband pees on things when he gets drunk. Yeah, he pees on things. He was peeing all over her bookshelf. Just peeing on the bookshelf. What else did he pee on while we were together? Carpet. Just a lot of carpet. Every time we would go out and drink, which I don't do that anymore, it's very rare, but every time we would go out and drink, he would pee on the carpet. There were 2 different occasions that I would wake up in the middle of the night because I would hear water like splattering. And so I would wake up, and inevitably he would always be standing at the foot of the bed facing away from me. Every time this happened, I'd be like, Brian, what are you doing? And usually he would snap out and wake up and be like, oh shit, I did it again. But this one time we were at the beach, it wasn't even our house. And I wake up to this splattering, and it's him standing in the corner, back facing me, just peeing on the carpet. And I'm like, Brian, what are you doing? Swear to God, this is what he said. You gotta have the visual.
Peeing on the carpet.
And he just kept doing it. It was a huge fucking puddle of piss. Needed a steam cleaner or something, dude. Damn. I think that's it. I think that's it on this list. Yeah, I told them all. I told all the stories. If you want more drunk stories, if you want more funny summer stories, if you want more funny vacation stories, let me know in the comments below. I have a lot of stories about my parents that I started thinking of while I was writing things down. So if you want to hear more funny stories about my parents, please let me know. I plan to do some collabs with them soon. It's just, you know, life. You know life. I think this video was all over the place. I'm really sorry about that. I want to go to the pool. I'm like dying to go to the pool, so I'm gonna stop now. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you have, thank you so much. If you are subscribed, please click the little bell icon so it will tell you every time I put up a new video. I do videos on Tuesdays and Saturdays, so come back and join me next time. I'm going to lay in the sun. I hope you have a great day. I love you, Poppets. Bye! And it is as hot as the sun's asshole where I live. Hello?
Hello, my phone is not plugged in.
Okay. That's Poppy.